So this video feels a little weird. We are disassembling the truck. It's been a good almost 10-year run as a single wheel, and now it's time to make it a dual wheel with a service body on it and make it a little bit more efficient than it is for the business. So got a monster ready to rock and roll. We're gonna strip her down and see if we can't get this bed on. So just moved the telehandler home from hopefully the last construction job that I had to do. And that'll probably come in handy for taking this bed off and getting the service bed on and moving stuff around and whatnot. So see what we can figure out. So first operation is just gonna be to empty it. So started moving stuff around. It's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to do the swap because I'm so used to working out of this and this having all my tools and knowing where all my tools are that I'm now going to put all my tools on the floor, and then I'm going to work off the floor to take the bed off and put the new bed on. So should be very easygoing, non-stressful kind of project. So we spared you guys the time of stripping the bed down, but I think we have it maybe ready to lift. We're not 100% on that, but we're about to find out with the telly. So we're gonna lift this bed off and then drive around with cab and chassis truck for a little bit, see what that's all about, and then go from there. Lift her up. Cool. So it's free. So I guess let's go set it over there somewhere. Nice. Not too bad. Anybody want to 8-foot Chevy box, a little bit of surface rust, but would make a nice box. So we gave her a bath with some Purple Power and got rid of all the diesel that was everywhere on the frame. And we're going to bolt up the adapters and the dualies for the rear end. She's definitely looking a little naked. Very light in the rear end right now. Good for burnouts. Progress. So would have had the duals finished tonight, but broke a stud or stripped it out. So that was my bad. Got a little too happy with the Ugga there, and yeah, you'll have that. So figured, well, the bed's off and I'm kind of stuck in this position. Be a really easy time to drop the rear end and get that fluid changed. And then tomorrow, when I get that stud fixed and get the duals on that side, I'm gonna flip the truck around, and I've got to do the brakes on the front diff, and the transfer case. So I'll take care of those tomorrow. And then before we left for Tennessee, I did oil change, fuel filter change, spin on trans filter. So should be in pretty good shape once I finish that. The truck's got a little over 200,000 on it. Now it's about 220, 225 after that trip somewhere in there. I kind of forgot. It was a little late on my 100,000 mile service. I did that about 110,000 miles. A little late again on the 100,000 mile interval, so I'm doing that about 220. But I know people that probably have original fluids in their truck at 220,000 miles, so I think it'll be all right. So you get this rear end changed, and we'll come back tomorrow and hopefully continue on. But one side looks like a dually. So quite a bit of progress since the last chunk of the video. So I ended up going and I just put all new studs in those adapters because they were a little shorter than I'd like. So I ended up pressing those out, pressing new ones in today on both sides, but we have both sides mounted up and looking pretty good. Then we ended up dealing with this fuel filler neck. So that's a little goofy, and the original one won't work because the location was over here somewhere, and now that it's over here, I needed to come up with a way to make this longer. So what I ended up doing is getting some 1.5-inch hydraulic suction hose, and you can see that here has a nice easy bend into the fuel tank. Comes out. I used one of the bed mounts that doesn't get used for the service body, did some zip ties, and the old filler neck kind of as an isolator there. And then it's got, if you can kind of see over here, another nice bend to it going up to where the actual filler neck will be. So I think that'll work. This stuff is called Megaflex. Zoom her in. Megaflex. So I was hoping that I won't have too many problems with when you're filling this, having like the nozzle click off. So I'm gonna get that shored up and tightened up tonight yet, and then we went to fit the bumper up and naturally had some interference with the hitch here. So that's the OEM hitch. I didn't want to mess with that. I wanted to be able to still tow everything that this truck can tow. But we had some interference here, so I ended up cutting it to make it fit. And looking at it, made another cut. So I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to have to get some plate when we get back from Tennessee. Kind of patch this bumper in and get this bumper looking real nice again. But yeah, definitely progress. So it's starting to kind of sort of finally look like a service body. I'm going to try to wire in the lights today yet and get the trailer plug all wired in. And then I'm going to mount this bumper up with just the cut in it for right now, so that I have a bumper to go to Tennessee with, and that'll be good enough. But I should have lights and a mounted up service body. So next step we'll do tomorrow, I'll deal with my front rims and the front brakes, and then I'll do the front transfer case, front diff, and I should be ready for the road.